Hey guys, and welcome to episode 3 of Surgan's Feed the Beast Horizons Let's Play Season 3. I'm down here mining, and like I said, I normally don't show much mining on camera except for the first day. I guess my inventory's full. But I wanted to show one thing. As you can see, I do the standard, strip mining. And I had found, right there, diamonds. And these are the first diamonds that I've found, so I wanted to show it on camera. And I'm gonna get rid of some cobblestone. Nice. So we have one. Looks like three. Make sure that there's no more around here. Nope, I don't see anything. Okay. So just enough to make a pickaxe, which is good because I need it. I actually have to make a pickaxe because I need to be able to mine obsidian for the next part that I want to do today. I want to go to the Nether, and just briefly, really. I don't plan on staying there for very long. So I'm going to go ahead and hop back up here, and I'll meet you back at our base. Okay, guys, we're back up here at our base. I went ahead and put away these ores. I have yet to process them, which is one of the things that I'd like to get to shortly. But I've made a lot of iron pickaxes, at least 10 of them. So I'd like to get some better tools today. And I think what we're going to do to make those better tools is Tinker's Construct. So I'm going to wait for it to be night so I can sleep and get rid of the rain. And I'll be right back and we'll get started. Okay guys, so the rain's gone. And I forgot to mention that I turned some of the limestone that I got into limestone bricks to make the floor look a little bit nicer. I don't really like grass floors in my house. So between last episode and this one, I went and collected a whole bunch of clay, and I've been taking some of the cobblestone that I have and crushing it down to gravel. Now, if you put gravel back in here, it'll crush it down to sand. So that's why I have some of this. I got some of it while I was doing the clay, but a lot of it I've just used the crusher for. So what I'd like to do is take a stack of each, and since we're doing Tinker's Construct, I'm going to go ahead and make 2 stacks of grout. And I'm just going to throw it in here and let that cook up. So let's go ahead and look at our book that we got when we first started the world. Anybody that is playing this, obviously you're going to have the same book. You can go ahead and read through it. But what I'd like to do is make a stencil table here, which means that I'm going to need a blank pattern and a piece of wood. I'd also like a part crafter, a pattern chest, and a tool station. And I'd like to upgrade that to a tool forge right away. And then other than that, there's the drying rack, which I have not played around with. But now might be a good time. Why not? Just 3 planks. 1, 2, 3. And we'll take the drying rack, and I'm going to put it right there. And from what I understand, I should be able to take my rotten flesh and throw it on there, and if we give it a second, that might take a little bit longer than a second. So let's go ahead and work on the other parts that we're going to need. So we're definitely going to need some sticks, so let's go ahead and just make a few and make some blank patterns. And then if we take a blank pattern and a piece of wood, we'll get our stencil table and a new book. We need our part builder And what was the recipes for the other one? We have that one. Okay, so we need a chest and a crafting table. So, and actually I'm going to need some more wood. One chest. Blank pattern, pattern chest, and tool station. And we have a couple of these cooked up. So what I want to do is make some bricks, just like this. And I'm going to need quite a few of them. Oh, there we go. And I need some of my iron. Now, we are going to be using iron early on, because this is going to make quite a bit. Actually, I think I need a couple of those. But it is well worth it. So if I remember right, it's like that, like this, and then our tool station gets us the tool forge. Now, wow, that's still drying. Maybe I need to make a couple of those. I think, oh, and I did plant a whole bunch of trees here, and they just sprung up. They're just overtaking this whole area. I didn't expect them to grow leaves this low, and I got a couple of really big ones in there, so I'll have to chop those down. But if we look at the second book we got, it tells us about the different materials, the different things that we can make. But you know, I've used this mod before, so I'm really familiar with them. But these books are very useful. So let's get started with our part builder, and we want our stencil table. I'm going to put our pattern chest down and our tool forge. And our tool forge, I want here. Stencil table. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pick this up, because the way that I want it is like this. So that way I can access those here. Actually, you know what? Let's put it down like this. So that way I can just make the stencil, throw it in here, access it in the part builder, and I should be able to move this tool forge right here. Go ahead and sleep through the night again, and grab these. Okay, so the first thing, kill this zombie. The first thing we're going to need is this book here, our smelting book. So if you look here, we need to make a smeltery. And in order to do that, we need one smeltery controller, a seared tank, 9 seared bricks, and we can use the tanks, the drains, the faucets, and a casting table. So, actually, did he change it? It says a 5x5 shell. Okay, so no, it's not any different. What's that block? That must be the chiseled seared brick. I'm just going to do a regular one, and I want it to be right here. Probably would be easier if I had a shovel, but that's kind of why I'm making this, so I can make better tools. Yeah, maybe one more over. Okay, so what we want to start with is a layer of bricks. I need a couple more. Good. Throw the rest of those in there. Ah, there we go. What did that give us? Oh, is it partially done, or monster jerky? Not quite what I was hoping for. I guess it works. I thought it was going to make leather. Oh well. More seared bricks here. There we go. So we have our base. And I'm going to surround these. Actually, I'm going to wait for the rest of my bricks to cook up. And I'll be right back to put it all together. So I'm back in my mining cave. And one thing I wanted to show you guys is I kept hearing zombies. So I dug till I found it. And I came across this right here. It's a zombie spawner. And right next to it is a skeleton spawner. And I left the stuff in the chests, mainly because I wanted to show it on camera. Because I found these right here, the Ender Lily seeds, and a name tag. I'll take those too. I'll leave these in here for right now. I don't really need those just yet. Yeah, I think that was about all I needed. The Ender Lilies are seeds, right? You can plant them and grow Ender Pearls. Now, it does take quite a while. It actually takes a full Minecraft week, so 7 Minecraft days, and you don't want to walk on these because they will hurt you. So I'm going to put them right next to my house here and let them grow, because when I'm at my house, they're loaded. So I definitely want them to be close by. Let's go ahead and sleep again. Okay, so now we have everything that we should need here, minus the zombies. I swear there has to be another spawner around here somewhere. And one other thing that I wanted to make right here, just to make this complete, is a crafting table, but I want to make a Tinker's Construct crafting table. Basically, you make a crafting table, put it back in your crafting grid, and if I put it back, then it'll make a half-slab crafting station. Works the same way as a regular crafting table, except for your items don't plop out of them when you close it. So there's a couple things that we want to make. And if we look here in our book, it shows us how to make them. We know how to make the seared bricks. I made those already. We made these here, a few of those. We need 1 smeltery controller. We need at least 1 smeltery drain, 1 seared tank. I'm going to make a little bit of seared glass. Let's go ahead and do that. So the first thing I'm going to want is the smeltery controller. I do need 1 drain. I'm going to need the faucet for the drain. And then if I surround this here, oh, you know what, I didn't cook up any glass. I grabbed the sand for it, but I didn't actually cook it. There we go, we have our glass, and one last thing I wanted to do, if you throw iron back into your furnace, it will get you steel. Now, there's multiple ways to get steel, but this is by far the easiest right now. And let's just throw a little bit more coal in there just to make sure it doesn't stop. Okay, so now we have our controller, which I'm going to go ahead and plop down. I want the controller right here. I want to put our tank, and I want at least 1 piece of the seared glass. And then we're going to need a couple more of these. Let's see if that'll do. So we want to put our tank, and I'm going to put the glass in the center just so I can see in. We want our smeltery drain. Oh, not right there. smeltery drain right here. Actually, no, I think I put that on backwards. Right place, wrong direction. There we go. We want our faucet connected to our drain here. And last thing, and if everything is put in correctly, there we go. Now we have a smeltery. The last thing we need to do is provide it with some lava, and you just throw that here into your tank, and that should get us going. One last thing I need to make is the casting table. And I'm going to put the casting table right down here because it has to be below the faucet. So now, what do we want to make? Well, not that one, this one. What we want to make is a pickaxe. So what we're going to need is a pickaxe head, a tool binding, and a tool rod. Now, normally what you would do is go ahead and throw a whole bunch of patterns in here, and we can see there's our tool rod. Go to next pattern, pickaxe head. Nope, we want the binding. Tool binding. Now, if we go grab some cobblestone and our steel, just because, we should be able to go to the part builder here and make, I'm just going to throw these in here, and make a cobblestone binding. We want a tool rod, and last we want the head. And I'm just going to make two, just for demonstration purposes. Okay, so now I have two sets, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with them. You can go here and just make the tool. So we'll throw all of this together, and there we go. We have a pickaxe that's made of stone. It has a durability of 65, a mining speed of 4, and it can mine up to iron. And you can see here modifiers remaining, and that's because we can put modifiers on them. And in this case, I should be able to name it here, and we're just going to name it test. And there you go. So it's named test. Oh, it seems like it's always nighttime. So there we go. We have a pickaxe that's named test, and if I just use it, you can see here it's going to break stuff away. And let's get it broken, and I'll show you what happens with Tinker's Construct Tools. Okay, you can see here it's almost broken. It only has 2 more uses left on it. And you can see that down in the bottom left. Now, normally you wouldn't want to use this on leaves because it's going to use up the durability faster. I'm just doing it because I wanted it to break. So if we go here, now it broke. You hear that? And now it's slower than if I was to punch it, right? But it didn't go away. What I can actually do is go back to our tool forge here, throw that in here, and repair it. So I throw cobblestone in, and it fixes it, right? But I don't want a stone pickaxe. I'd like something better. So to get something better, we need to cast it, right? And to get cast, we need aluminite, or not aluminite. We need, well, here, let me grab what I need. What we need is aluminum brass, right here. It's 3 aluminum, 1 copper. So let's go ahead and make up a little bit of that, and I should have some copper here. And where's my aluminum? Oh, that's it. Okay, so 3 aluminum and 1 copper makes some aluminum brass. So 1, 2, 3, and looks like we'll be able to make 2 at a time. Now this does take a little while. You can see here it has to melt down, and then we're going to get a liquid here in the tank. So we'll give that a second. Okay, so our aluminum has melted, and different metals have different melting rates. So we're going to let our copper melt down, but the reason that I made these here, a second set, is because in order to make a cast, we need to put something down in there. So I want to make a pickaxe. So I put the pickaxe, the stone pickaxe head in there, and looks like everything melted. So now we have molten aluminum brass. And if we just click on it, now we have a cast for a pickaxe. And let's go ahead and do the tool rod. And the binding. Now, I have some more aluminum brass in here, so I'd like to make a few more tools. And what I'd like to make is a hammer. So I'm going to need some plates, a hammerhead, and this is actually a tough tool rod. So let's go ahead and get those. Tough tool rod, a plate, and we need a hammerhead. And then we can come over here, throw these in here, and then same thing. We're going to make them out of cobblestone. Now these do use a lot more material. You can see here this uses 8 material. So it's going to use 8 cobblestone just to make that. And same thing with the plates. Those actually use 8. And the tough tool rod uses 3. So we won't be making this just yet, but since I have the aluminum brass, I'd like to make the casts. So again, we'll go ahead and throw these in here, not the binding, tough tool rod, and the plate. And we should have 2 more ingots left in here, and I'm just going to go ahead and get those out. Now I didn't put anything in here, so all it's going to do is make a blank cast. Don't worry, we can melt it down again. There we go. Now the nice thing is these casts can go in the pattern chest. So now that we have the hammer, the tough tool rod, and the large plate, we no longer need the tough tool rod, the hammer, or the large plate of the pattern, because we're not going to make it out of anything but metals, which to make anything out of metal, you have to have your cast. So what I'd like to do is throw 2 steel in here, wait for it to cook up, and then we're going to make a steel pickaxe. And I'll be right back. And there we go. We have a clean inventory and 2 ingots of molten steel. Now the reason that I only did 2 is because the tool rod only takes half. Same thing with the binding. And the pickaxe head only takes 1. So we only need 2 ingots total, which is a lot cheaper than just a regular iron pickaxe or even a steel pickaxe. So we'll go ahead and make this. There we go. Now the nice thing is this is actually better than iron. And once we put it together, I'll show you here. It has a huge amount of durability, a really fast mining speed, and it can mine up to cobalt, which is above diamond and above obsidian. So now we can take this. It also has reinforced 2, and that's because I made it out of steel. So basically this iron pickaxe I'm just going to use until it breaks, and now we should be able to mine some obsidian. So to do that, I'm going to need a bucket of water. Actually, you know what? Since I have a couple of buckets, I'm tired of running around here. Where can I put it? Yeah, see, those things grow super slow. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and make a shovel, because I'd like to have a shovel too. And of course, it's getting night again. So to make a shovel, I'm going to need a shovel head and a tool rod. So let's go ahead and get the shovel head pattern. And make a cobblestone shovel head. Throw that in there. Grab one of our casts. And 2 steel. Sleep through the night. And remember I said that we can remelt these down. So let's throw that back in here. It's going to take a second, but it'll remelt down, and then we can make our shovel head cast. And while that's cooking up, I actually... tool binding, tool rod... yeah, I don't need any of these. I like to play in the utility mode just so I have access to the delete button. And actually, I found something cool. I can go here and actually turn off that. So now the only thing that I have is delete. So we get the tool rod. And while I'm doing that, we'll grab some water here. Multitasking at its finest. Okay, so that's melted down. Go ahead and make that there, and yeah, I was going to put it over here. I'm just going to make an infinite water source, so that way I have one right here, so I don't have to keep running down there. And the other bucket, refill it, and because I'm going to need water to make obsidian. And the last thing I should need to do is melt up this steel and make our tool. Okay, so I got everything I need for the shovel. So let's go ahead and put that together here. And again, I'm just using steel just because it makes a nice durability. It's really fast, and we will be getting better tools later. It's just good to use right now. And while I was doing that, I actually threw another ingot in here and made another cast, because I keep on having to make axes too, because I need wood. So let's go ahead and do that. Now this I probably will not upgrade. So there we go. So we have our shovel, our pickaxe, our shovel, and our axe. So I'm going to use up this axe. Shouldn't be too hard. I got lots of trees to cut down right here. And then I'll meet you down in our mining area where we have a whole bunch of lava, so that way we can get some obsidian. Now I just used up my axe, and I figured I'd show you guys the speed of these and the benefit of having a hatchet over just a regular axe. The hatchet works well on the wood, and it also works really well on the leaves. That is fast. The only thing faster than that is a sickle. But if I climb up to the top of a tree, it's very easy for me to just shave it down. Now, I wanted to show the mining speed of this iron pickaxe that I have here. And it's not very fast. On top of that, every time I want to place a torch, I have to scroll to the torches here and then click, right? Now, one nice thing about Tinkerer's tools, bam, right click, and it just places a torch. As long as they are right next to, on the right of it, of your pickaxe. You can do the same thing with cobblestone. So now I right click and it places cobblestone. Nice. So I like to do a setup like that. Put my torches right next to my pickaxe. That way, as I'm mining, it's very easy. And you can see that this mines a lot faster. Look at that. Much faster. And if I want to place a torch, just right click. But I didn't come down here to show you me mining. I came down here for some obsidian, and I want to go back this way, and I'm going to put water right here. And the way that I like to mine obsidian is put some water right there, and that way as soon as I mine this piece out, it'll push me forward, and if there's any lava under it, it's going to turn that to obsidian too. Just like that. So I'm going to mine out a little bit of this, and I'll be back. So right as I thought I had enough obsidian, look what I found. So I went ahead and dug a little bit more down because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to lose them in the lava. Looks like they should be pretty safe here. Just make sure. That'll work. I'll just leave the block here, the water. So let's go ahead and get these. Looks like there's only 3 of them. That's okay. I can deal with that. So let's go back up to our base and head to the Nether. So I'm in my mining area here, and I want to put my portal here because I don't want to listen to it all the time when I'm over at my house. I don't mind the sounds, but it gets annoying after a while when you live right next to it. And we are at that wrapping up point, but remember I said I wasn't going to be there long? So let me go show you why I wanted to go to the Nether. Okay, this is dangerous. But what I'm looking for, I won't have to go far. Wow, that's weird. That's cool. I'm on this little platform now, and I'm not sure that I really like that. That is odd where it put me. So what I want is, let me see if I can get it without killing myself. Nope. Nope. How am I gonna get... that's not what I wanted to do. Well, that's what I wanted. 1 piece of netherrack. Except for now, I'm gonna have to get a whole bunch to get back up there. Now, why did I want that 1 piece of netherrack? Well, you're gonna have to wait till next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go ahead and make my way back up here with a stairway of netherrack. And with that, I will see you guys later.